The last, but not the least, of the pillars of principled entrepreneurship is to always think like an entrepreneur. It's the one that my friend Art Sioka was most passionate about. You see, what he saw is that there were two kinds of mindsets in approaching business. We can approach a business as a harvester, always looking to get the last cent out of it and only using the business for short-term gain and satisfaction. Or we can approach business as a creator, always looking to invent, to renew, to grow, to create a viable long-term business. The two are, of course, not mutually exclusive, and Art would be the first to point that out. They are on a continuum, and it is not the case that a creator never harvests or a harvester never creates. No, this has to do with the underlying mindset of the business leader or the entrepreneur. And the proof is, in a sense, in the pudding. Someone with a pure harvester mentality focuses on the easiest direct way to make the company look good and benefit the shortest time possible. And that happens to be the financial side of business. Any good accountant can show you how to make the balance sheet and the income statement of a company look better this quarter than the situation on the ground, and better than the actual long-term health of the company. Quarterly statement is nothing more than the name suggests, a frozen glimpse at the finances of a company in one quarter of 1 year. You could say that the difference between a harvester and a creator is time. A harvester focuses on generating short-term return. A creator focuses on creating long-term value. So how can you tell if someone is a creator or a harvester at heart? How do you determine their inner objective during an interview process or later at work? Art felt that that was very simple. Put the long-term values to creating on the incentive plan. At the Wine Group, they did away with sales incentives. You would no longer get paid by how much you sold in a quarter. Incentives moved up a level to the whole company. And it came in a form of a bonus for everyone, not just the salespeople. This, of course, had a huge impact on team cohesion and performance. But it certainly pulled some sales reps right out of the interviewing process. And that is exactly what Art wanted. The harvesters at heart, the short-term focused employees, to go work at somebody else's company. He and his team defined the management ownership agreement in a way that put the incentive in line with their values. It takes a manager-owner at the Wine Group at least 15 years to make any windfall earnings for their shares. There is no quick cashing out at that company, and the ownership plan shows that. Art even went a step further in implementing his creator values. He set up something so that each manager, each member of the management ownership team can only sell up to about 30% of their ownership while they're still at the company. And the rest he can only or she can only sell once their successor runs the business. You get that? That means that you have to hire and train other creators even for your own job, your own replacement, or you won't get a benefit. The company made it so that it is in your self-interest. And they set that in stone in the company bylaws. The rules that the Wine Group management created, they called them the company recitals. And they define their owner management behavior. Every new owner manager signs those recitals when they start. And let's assume there are enough people who one day decide, okay, enough of this long-term focus. We want to harvest and sell this company. Well, they can do that, but the proceeds according to these recitals, will go to charity. That's how Art and his team made sure that their company is and remains a group of creators and not harvesters. He created a company that built the values and focus on long-term value creation so strongly into its DNA that there is no other way forward than to pursue it. Art's parting advice is exactly this. Create a company that puts the incentives where you want the action and the attention to be. This is going to look differently for every company, but each company has to examine itself if these values align with the available options. At the core, if you want a company that focuses on the long-term value creation and the excellence of its team, then you need a company where there is a real incentive for everyone to always think like an entrepreneur.